Okay, I know last time in my Safari Nails video, the picture quality wasn't the best when it came to a close up at my nails. So today I will talk a little bit more in depth about the nail stickers, the nail polish stickers, and I will show some more patterns in addition to the ones that I was talking about last time. So I've actually taken the liberty of putting these decals like onto a photo album sheet. However, you will soon notice that I've actually made the biggest mistake of my life, and I will tell you that later. Okay, but anyways, I will start off by talking about a brand, a Korean brand called Bling Me. Now, it comes in two packages. I found this at an expo. I found it pretty cool actually. And so this is just a sticker. It's not a polished sticker. And as you can see, it looks like a sticker. Like you just peel it off and you use it. And so here are some of these patterns. I'm sure you can get a better look this way. And this one right here, it actually has like a glitter color in there too. I know it's not that visible on the camera. Now with this one, there's actually a texture to it. So if you listen, it's like little studs. These ones you can't stretch that well because of these studs. When you stretch them, trying to fit it better, these studs would actually pop off. Like, I mean, the top coat of these studs would pop off. And same thing with these ones. These ones have a texture to it, but however, you can't stretch it that well without having these things pop off. So you just have to be really careful with this brand if they have a texture to it. But other than that, it's pretty good. I mean, their designs are very vibrant. Very sophisticated colors. This one right here actually looks like crackle polish. Quite fun to work with. Okay, and they also have another series. I think that was the one in the white package. And now these ones are plain colors. Now what happens is that this is for people who just can't do nail polish, and they need to get that line all clean and they need to do it nicely. And this is the way to go. These ones are all their glitter series, and I think that's all I bought. Yeah, the black one isn't it. I'll talk about that after. But these are theirs. Okay, now the black one right here, this is, as you can see, there's no sparkles, and this one's actually much more thinner. Now what that is that is a brand called Glossy Blossom, also a Korean brand made in Korea as well. Now this is actually a really thin sheet of plastic. It's not meant for you to put a polish on, or sorry, a top coat on top. When they say two in one, they're talking about the nail color, the nail art, and the top coat in one. So when they say that, usually they mean it doesn't require a top coat. In fact, with a lot of these, when you put a top coat on, a nail polish top coat, the whole thing will shrivel up, and you'll get some really, really ugly wrinkles. And this is one of the brands, so it's not meant for you to do that. But you can put gel on top of some of these brands, but you got to just play around with it because some of them work and some of them don't. So you really have to try it out. This one, I've tried it. It's okay, but the fact that it doesn't stick that well to your nail bed, like it's not super duper sticky, like not like the Bling Me ones. Those ones, when you peel it off, the layer of the sticker, like the sticky part, actually stays on your nail. So you have to clean it with like acetone or alcohol or nail polish remover. Now with this one, you can peel it right off and nothing really, there's no residue on your finger. But this one just doesn't stick nearly as well. So I guess that's the trade-off. So when you have the gel on top, it will adhere to the decal, but the decal doesn't stay on your nail that good. So the whole thing might pop off. That's from my experience. But nonetheless, it's still a good brand to use. I mean, these things that I'm talking about here, they're only meant to be used for, let's say, about 2 or 3 days, sometimes 4 at the most, before they start to they start to fray or start to lift from the free edge. So that's what it's for. Okay, now the next one here, I'm sure a lot of us have heard of this brand. It's called Blitz. Okay, now Blitz makes nail foils. They call it nail foils. I think it's because you can see this one, because it's kind of metallic, and this one is a snakeskin one. However, the name is a little bit misleading because it's not so much a foil. It's actually a sheet of plastic, and depending on which texture, some are thicker than others, and that can pose a problem. Like for example, this one, when I try to get it to go around the near cuticle part of my fingernail where there's a bigger curve, be it enhancements or even my natural nail, it'll start to fold because it's so hard. It's not that easy to actually go around the curves. So that's a downside. Um, and with these ones, you'll notice that it's actually straight on one side and it's actually curved on the other side. So meaning, unless your cuticle area is shaped that way, otherwise you have to trim it because like with this one, it's two sided. So in one side is usually it's usually how to say it's rounder and the other side is more square. Now I'll talk about what that is for, but you won't see that here because both sides are the same. Okay, and oh yeah, and another one. Okay, and there's another one. It's made by the same company, and this one is made from the Blitz company as well. This one is actually one of my favorite. It's so fun. Remember how I talked about the other brand when you have the texture or the studs on top, you can't really stretch it without the studs falling off. This one you can. The studs won't fall off, and better yet, the pattern and the direction of these studs will actually stretch according to whichever direction you stretch in. So this is really fun. And you don't really need a top coat for it. Although I have tried a gel top coat and it works perfect. And they stay pretty, they stay put just fine. And again, there is a residue. So I've learned that the better it stays on, the bigger that sticky residue will stay on your nails. But it's not that hard to remove, I mean, but it's just that one extra step. Now, these are just some more patterns for you to look at, and this is from the first brand I was talking about. It's just so nice, and it's become a really nice collection. Sometimes just flipping through these pages are actually quite fascinating. Because I would never be able to do any of these on my own because I can only do so much with my right hand to my left and even less from, with my left hand to my right because I'm right-handed. So this is actually really good for me. So remember when I talked about one side is more round and the other side is more square? The other more square roundish side is meant for your toes because if you look at the cuticle area right here, for our fingers, it's usually more round, so you would use that more rounder side. And for our toes, it's more like a squoval, that's what they call it, like a square oval. So this, it's more flat on the bottom. Even on my thumb, it's kind of like that. So sometimes just use your discretion in just pick whichever profile is better. Okay, and so from here, I'm going to talk about some nail polish stickers. And these are pretty good because, as I say, they're made from nail polish. So you just take them off with a nail polish remover. And some you can use a top coat on top, some you can't. Some you can even put a gel on top, but you've got to play around with some of these. Now, this one is called Vivinail. I highly suspect that is an OEM brand because because I've seen a lot of brands that look very much like it. Even the package feels the same. The stuff that they include inside it looks exactly the same, and they just have a different logo. But it's good. There's nothing wrong with OEM brands. It's just really good. They just sell it to different companies. And in a lot of these packages, they include this little kit, and that's all you need to put some of these stickers on. Actually, most of these stickers. Now, that sticker right here, it's for those who are having difficulties, taking the decal out of the backing. And there's an orange wood stick the orange wood stick and the little light file. That's all you need. You don't even have to cut them off. You just have to file it off. So with the Vivinail, here are some of their designs. And this one is not compatible with with polishes because it will just make it crinkle and wrinkle and it will wreck everything. However, it is gel compatible, so that's a good part. Okay, and with the next brand I'm talking about here, it's called Cutica, which again I highly suspect it's an OEM brand because they share a lot of the same patterns. But here is just let me see. Here it is. And this is actually quite fun. These ones right here, you can never do with just regular nail art. And here you can just use it, you can just use it like, you know, before a party. It's really fun, it's really attractive. You don't have to do it on all 10 fingers. With me, I do it on some, and then I use polish on my other fingers. How you can, oh yeah, there's one thing that I wanted to say is how can you differentiate between a nail polish sticker sheet and a nail sticker sheet is with the nail stickers, their backing is just like any stickers. Like you can see like a rectangular sheet that's usually rectangular, and then you just peel it and use it. Now with the nail polish stickers, it's usually cut like this. You will see that that silver line right there, and there's a reason why that's there. So for example, if I cut out like that part and use this size, right? There's that silver line actually separates two layers. The top layer is a very thin layer that protects the top of the top part of the sheet from scratching. And the bottom part is a sticky part. So once you've peeled that, the decal will start to dry like a nail polish. So you got to use it really quick. And with the nail polish stickers, once you've peeled that bottom layer, it will dry really fast that you cannot reuse it after, you know, you put the backing back on and put it back into the package and use it, you know, a few days later. You can't do that. It's just gonna go crunchy. But the good thing with the nail polish stickers is that you can stretch it. And there's pros and cons. The good thing is that you can stretch it and it'll still look really good. It'll stay really put. The bad thing is when you put a top coat, if it's compatible, the cracks will actually show on your pattern, like wherever it was stretched, it will actually get like amplified. And so that's a bad part. And other than that, I really like polished stickers because the texture and the feel it offers, it just feels like a nail polish. It's great. Even at the free edge, you don't really get that, like when you scratch yourself, it doesn't feel rough like with some of these, unlike with some of these decals. In another brand I found that it's a Taiwanese brand. It's called Love Nail, and they do a really good job too. Unfortunately, they don't offer so many different patterns, but their cuts and their designs are actually quite nice. Their colors are awesome. So here it is. And oh no, this one is actually from the previous brand, from the OEM brand, but it's really nice. What they have to offer is just stunning. Okay, and the last one here is the Milano nails. That's the one that I was talking about last time for the safari nails, because it was so blurry last time, so I'll just give you a better look. Now this is a brand, is obviously from Italy. They offer more sophisticated designs. Now the one here is a camouflage, and this is the one that I was using on my safari nails. And some of these actually look like a lot of colors or a lot of designs that you would see for many fashion brands. For example, this one is like Burberry. And here's just some other ones. So they're for a little bit more of a mature population that's more after a sophisticated look. And that's the other one that I have. And I've actually made the mistake of putting it onto like the decals. I've made the mistake of taking it out of its zipper bag and sticking it onto here because I didn't realize that that would actually make it dry faster. And not only that, because the sticky backing here actually would lift off that protective backing on the back when I try to take the thing out to measure with my fingers. So I made that mistake. However, so I can use it for just, you know, demonstration purposes right now, or just to show. It's really nice. It's just nice to flip through these. And there's one thing that I do, because these decals aren't cheap. The cheapest one I've paid for here is about $8 US. So I try to get as the most I can out of each decal. So what happens is I would measure first. For example, if this one is the one that fits my finger, I would guesstimate how much is needed to cover the entire length of my finger, and I would just cut that out itself, and I would leave the rest there, and I would just use that. The reason being is I can use that for some other stuff, which I'll talk about. This part, when I cut it out, it's a little bit hard to actually get the top and bottom backing off because that silver line is not there to help me peel it off, but it's still doable. Now, with the back part, what I can do with it, with practice, is to cut that U shape here again, so I can use it for future shorter nails, or I can use it for French tips. And it's actually not that hard. I've actually tried it. You should see it on my blog's gallery. There are ones that I've done with I think the animal print. Don't remember what it was. I think it was a zebra. Using the remaining parts right here, and I found that pretty good. Okay, so that's about it for nail decals today, and I'm still on the lookout for additional brands because this is a good fix for people with short nails, and I kind of jump back and forth between longer nails and shorter nails, and if I want to type really fast, then I'll just revert to the short nails and use